Today we'll be unboxing the Nintendo Switch 2 GameCube controller and testing out what it does on the Nintendo Switch GameCube on the Nintendo Classics. We'll be checking out all the games and if it's really worth it or if it's not. But first, let's unbox this package. Should we open this? Oh, you want to open it? Okay, we can open it. Okay, here we go. Let's open it. All right, well, let's start with opening it. So we have the GameCube box here. Pop that open. Got the box here. So we have a nice, really red packaging, and when you take it out, we have the GameCube inside of this black box. I wonder if you could just, oh, it's that simple. You literally, I gotta show you how easy it is to take it out. You literally just pop out the GameCube controller from the box just like this. It's a simple pop-up. That's pretty good. And ooh, so if we open this up too, that is the wire. And I believe that's it. After you take this out, that's all there is. It's a USB-C to a USB right there. Boop. And that's pretty much all the packaging has. Now, does this feel good? Like, that's what I really want to know. Like, is it feel good? So it's not loose, right? The buttons aren't loose at all on here. Like, it feels firm, it feels in place. Yeah, it just rolls right back into place when you move a Joy-Con. When you move the C button also. Let's test this out. A button. Listen to that click. Now, it's not just a GameCube controller, but it actually has buttons on the back specifically for the Switch 2. So we have the C button over here, which is going to be our game chat. We have our home button, which is going to be on the Nintendo Switch. And we have a screenshot button too, which is going to take our screenshots during the game. So as you can see right over here, screenshot, home button, and then we're going to go up here, we're going to get that C button right there. So designed pretty well, adapted for the Nintendo Switch 2. This is the modern GameCube controller. Now, this GameCube controller costs $64.99 and can be purchased from Nintendo.com. And I noticed that when you purchase one, you actually get a limit amount. So if you have one, you can't just scalp one and get multiple ones in your account, which is a good thing. I don't think you need to get more than one per account, as you're playing pretty much by yourself on your, or if you have a friend, most likely they also own one on the GameCube. But let me know your thoughts on exactly that, how their system works with that. However, it does sell out pretty quick. When I purchased it, it had a big sellout, so make sure you're checking regularly to see if it is sold out on the Nintendo website. Now, in order to play the Nintendo Classics GameCube, you're gonna have to be a Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Plus member, and for those that don't know, that's going to cost you $49.99 US per year. However, it's not just for accessing the GameCube. It gives you access to Game Chat. It gives you all the Nintendo Classics that ever come out. I'm pretty sure as time goes on, we're gonna get access to the Wii and the Wii U games, because now this console can handle it. And keep in mind, the GameCube is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2. So if we're talking about anything from this point onwards, it's going to be specifically going up from the Nintendo Switch 2. So unfortunately, Nintendo Switch 1, your cutoff is the Nintendo 64. Now, in order to get the GameCube on your system, all you have to do is go to the Nintendo eShop, look it up, and then you're going to download it right from there. After downloading it, you're then going to open it up and you'll be presented with 3 games on your screen, the US versions and the European versions. You'll have F-Zero GX on it, you'll have the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker on it, and you'll also have SoulCalibur II. Of course, don't worry, Nintendo has stated that there are more games coming out, as seen in this trailer over here. A bunch of cool games like Pokemon Stadium and the Shadow Coliseum, so that is going to be some exciting stuff whenever it drops. I have a really weird feeling on the Pokemon Direct that they announced for July that it's going to be shown there, and that's going to be able to be played right then. That's just my prediction, putting it out there. Let me know, Pokemon fans, if you also think this is true. Okay, so first we have to connect our Nintendo GameCube controller to the Switch. So in order to connect controllers, if you don't know, you have to go to this icon here, right here, that says controllers, right? And then we can hit change grip order. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these back, just like that, and I'm going to click on my GameCube. And once you have this screen up, you're then going to just click on your GameCube. So you'll see when we press this, it's going to search for it. Look at that green line, and we should get it right there. Boom, look at that. It's like a 1-for-1. So now that your GameCube is all set up on your Nintendo Switch 2, we just can boot it up. So let's see what's going down here. Now, let's start off with SoulCalibur II, which I'm gonna boot up right now. Oh, and while we're on this menu, I actually wanted to show you guys something. So I'm gonna head over to this TV here, and as you can see, this is the full TV, right? And you'll notice that there is a gap because it's set up for a square television, right? But this is a widescreen. And how do we fix this? So if you go into settings, this is really awesome that Nintendo included this. If you go to the settings and go to display settings within the game, by the way, most games are probably going to have this feature on the Nintendo Switch too, so you want to check your GameCube settings. Click on display settings and then go down to screen ratio right over here. Now, when you select screen ratio, you're going to see that this is normal 4-3, but if we go ahead and just boop, you can see that it just magically increases in size, giving you that widescreen experience. That way you're not playing like this little tiny game on your widescreen TV, because all TVs are pretty much widescreen these days. And just like that, you're gonna have SoulCalibur just running on an entire television screen. Now, what makes SoulCalibur 2 really interesting, for those that don't know, this is a series that has SoulCalibur 1, 2, 3, 4, it just keeps going. This game has Links in this game, so you can fight as Link in SoulCalibur 2. It's basically just a really arcade kind of fighting game, and who knows, maybe SoulCalibur 6 is on the way and it's gonna be on Nintendo Switch 2, so you can get some training in, understand the characters of this universe, and you'll have a great time fighting. It's honestly just an arcade game, so it's a ton of fun, and you can play people online as well that are on your friends list, and you could probably use the game share during this. You know what, can we? You can use game chat during this, so you could hop on game chat with somebody while you're playing this as well. So pretty cool that you can do this on SoulCalibur. All right, come on, let's get this. Can we get a win here? Easy, easy. Oh no. No, 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 no. KO. Did Link win? That's my boy. If you want the smoke, comment your friend code in the comments. Now, the next game we're gonna be talking about is F-Zero GX, which I actually had hands-on at the Nintendo Switch preview event as well. I also did SoulCalibur at the Nintendo Switch 2 preview event all the way back in April. That's crazy, that was all the way back in April. Anyway, I suck at this game, but it is a racing game itself, and it starts off also in the typical screen ratio. If you wanna come here and take a look at this, it also supports widescreen. So as you can see, you could enter a character name from the start. I'm just gonna call it AAA on this one, and this, there we go, my name's Quad A, creates game save data, pretty simple stuff here. And then once we start off the game, just for you guys to know exactly how this works on this one, you want to go immediately down all the way to options over here, and you can see the screen is obviously centered in, and then we're just going to go to screen mode for this game, and we're going to hit that widescreen. You're going to see the magic. And now the game is fully in widescreen and you could race. There's gameplay going to be playing right now for you to see while I was playing the game, and I was absolutely getting destroyed. In fact, out of 30 players, I was pretty much last. Like I think I was 29th place, so I'm pretty bad at this game. So if anyone has any tips on how to play F-Zero, please let me know how to do this. But it's just cool to play it in this version. Look, I start bumping into everything. It's just so bad. Look at my place. I'm 29 out of 30. What is this? Forget running the gameplay. This is like live being bad. 22. Oh, maybe we have a chance here. I'm pretty sure I beat Rogers based on this game, so I don't know why I'm struggling against a PC. I'm like locked in on the TV. Come on. Final lap, final lap. 7th. Yo, am I actually gonna win this? No way. Shut up. Not bad. I got a lot better. Maybe it was the bigger screen than playing on my PC. 6th place. All right, that's not too bad. Now, a quick tip about all these GameCube games. If you press ZL on your GameCube controller, you're gonna be able to create a suspend point. What that is the game will literally hard load right back to that exact same spot right away. So like, even if I'm in the middle of a race, like right before the finish line, I could click into that and it'll bring me right to that spot. So if I go load suspend point, it'll bring me to that exact point of the game. You can do that in any of the games on the GameCube. Okay, now we're moving on to our last game, but I'm gonna show you how we load a suspended point that we set up. So I'm gonna hit the Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker, and I haven't figured out how to make this ultra wide, if that exists in this game. I don't know if it exists in this game. Anyway, so the game booted up. As you can see, I have not saved a game. However, I have created a suspending point. So I could just load my suspended point and boom, now I'm in the game exactly where I was. So it doesn't really matter if you set a hard save. It really matters if you create a suspended point. And here I am. There he is. There's little Link on the GameCube. Pretty cool. I actually never beat this game yet, so fake Zelda fan here. But my goal is to try to beat this on the Nintendo Switch too. So let me know if you guys are going to actually beat this, or you're going to wait for some sort of magical remake or remaster on the Nintendo Switch too. So honestly, is it worth it to have to pick up a Nintendo GameCube controller to experience all of this? Absolutely not. You don't have to pick this up. If you're old, like I said, and you're nostalgic, you could definitely grab one of these to really experience the GameCube all over again. Otherwise, you could just use your Pro Controller or even just use your Joy-Cons to play these games. It's that simple. You don't need all that. However, you do need the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion, so just keep that in mind in order to play this, and this is not on the Switch 1. So let me know all your thoughts on the GameCube down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So check out this one on your screen somewhere here.